center of the thoughts.
Thoughts and intents. Yes. So you need the word.
Oh, yeah.
Church, we should. How many of us here study as much as we should? I'm talking about the scriptures.
Yeah, I want.
How many of us study 50% as much as we should? All right. How many of us study 1% as much as we should? Maybe 1%, let me see, 50% is 12 hours, 10% is 2.4 hours, 1% is 24 minutes.
Oh, no,
No, I do
no,
want
I'm
that.
going further than that.
All right, come on.
What is 2 hours?
2.4 hours is 10%.
Okay, I'm in that category.
On a daily basis, we eat,
Yeah.
we consume the word of the Lord for 2.4 hours.
Yeah, but we meditate all day.
Yes. Yes.
Praise the Lord.
Anyway, yesterday I was talking to my neighbor for 2 hours. I had no idea I was there. It was like it just went, and Jim went out there. He says, you know, you've been out here 2 hours?
Mm.
And I was talking with him, and he's got a daughter that's going to be going to the University of Washington in September. So he raised her when she, from 1.5 years old forward, because his wife was killed in an accident, car accident. And so he was very bitter towards God. And he said, if God was so good, he said, why did he let those 80 children down in Mexico burn? And I didn't know what he was talking about. In some building down there. And I said, he didn't let them burn. I said, you know, as far as I know, I said, they went to heaven. I said, they're where you want to be. I said, they're doing better than you are right now. So they actually gained more. They didn't lose anything.
And now see, that's our problem, is that we have staked such a loyalty to
Here.
that we cannot accept the change.
Right.
That they may be going on to something better.
Yeah, that's right.
And he said, well, what about, he may be losing his job in September. He works for the school system. And he said, well, what about jobs, and what about people that are down and out? I said, well, what about them?
Serve
He
God,
said-
you get a job.
Well, he said, you know, he said they trusted God, and look what happened.
The righteous forsaken.
And I said, well, if they loved God and they trusted God, they wouldn't worry.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be bothersome. I said, if you were close to God and you knew Him, I guarantee you in September, when they laid you off, you would sleep and snore that night.
Yes. And tell the Lord thank you.
And wake up in the morning and be all happy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be worried about nothing.
Amen. Because you know because the Lord, you will know the Lord said, I've been young through the prophet David. I've been young, now I'm old. I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor their seed begging bread. He is Jehovah Jireh, the Lord who provides.
That's right. He's going to take care of
I
you.
mean, you need to know this.
You need to know that He is your provider.
Yeah, you need to know
Amen.
this.
Amen.
And it was
Amen.
really hard to, you know, there was points where he really struggled, and he said, you know, I got to get those weeds out of my lawn. And I said, you know, that's funny you said that,
Yeah.
because that's the way we are towards God. We let
Weeds.
all these things that
Grow
are
up in
no
our-
good,
Up in our
that are
lawn.
immoral, grow.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't bother
Yeah.
taking them out. I said, so what happens is God has the Bible so He can show us how to do it.
Yes. Yes.
And he said, well, I don't think that you should compare me to a lawn.
Yeah.
He said, because I'm a person. He said, you know, I know computers. He said, you could reboot me.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at him, I said, you'd have to do brain surgery.
He was tell him to stick with the field. Stick with the Lord. Amen. Because he spoke for himself. Really, he needs to get the weeds
Oh, yeah.
Out of his head.
Yeah, out of the lawn.
And as he
Yeah.
asked me questions, I kept telling him, kept reminding him, I said, you know what? You're forgetting that God does not conform to our rules.
Right.
There might be rules of gravity, there might be rules of dimension. I said, but God doesn't have to follow them.
Amen.
I
Amen.
said, the only thing is that gravity can turn against you. I said, if you disobey it
Yeah.
and you don't talk to God about it. I said, but it's not, whatever is subject to us is not subject to him.
God is not subject to any of this. This is why we need to church if we can ever get to this place. And I want to just encourage us. We should be praying, Father, bless me to hear your voice. Father, speak to me so that I can hear your voice and hear it clearly. So that and because the clear voice of God, church, let me give you all a word. One way you can know the voice of the Lord is as Sister Lisa said, it's going to be according to his word.
That's right.
Number one, it's going to be according to the word. Secondarily, the voice of the Lord is always a voice of peace. Amen. If there is no peace, there is no Jesus. He is the Prince of Peace. Amen.
Yeah.
He said, my peace I give you, my peace I leave, my peace I leave you, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world give it.
Right.
Amen. He is, and you can definitely say, along with the peace, there's a high component of love. And love is not necessarily this cushy, mushy, emotional thing, but love is the caring for my soul.
Yes.
Sometimes love is make me have to do the hard thing. I mean, love make me have to study when I don't want to. Love make me have to go to bed and get some rest when I want to stay up and play. Love. Tina Turner went into this crazy, chanting thing, and then she came up with what love have to do with it.
Right.
She should have stayed with Ike and see it. Please. Love got everything to do with it. Love has everything.
Love is what sustains.
Love is what sustains us. Because God is love. Amen?
Amen.
So you know your Father's voice because it is that love
right.
component. All of those beautiful virtues, the things of God, he's long suffering. Now, I said we're going to get into the laying on of hands. So let's go here before our time runs out. In the book of Acts, chapter number 9, and this is going to be a precursor to next week. Acts chapter number 9, begin at verse number 1. Acts chapter 9, beginning at verse number 1. And we're going to read a few verses here. Actually, we're going to do some extensive reading because it's a beautiful picture that God gives us here. Acts chapter number 9, verse number 1. And Saul, yet breathing out threatening. Is everybody there?
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Acts chapter number 9, verse number 1.
I was asking John.
Okay. I was going to say, I was looking at where you are. And I'm asking.
It's been a long day. It's been a long
All
It's on your
right,
tab.
all right. Acts chapter number 9, verse number 1.
You want to eat it? You got that.
If everybody got it, would you say amen? If you don't, say wait.
Amen.
Oh, I know how to